everybody. I'm Susan Howards, a local Brookline attorney, with a special edition of The Safety Net, the cable show from Big in Brookline devoted to domestic violence. This is a special edition during the COVID pandemic. With me today as a very, very special guest, and we thank her for her time, is Rita McNally. Let me tell you a little bit about Rita. Rita's an attorney. She worked in the Attorney General Bilatti's office and for DA Morrissey. She's also a town meeting member for 30 years. In addition, she is currently chair of the Domestic Violence Roundtable of Norfolk County, held in Brookline. Rita's a mom, she's a grandmom, but most of all, she's probably the most activist woman in Brookline. She was nominated and voted as Woman of the Year by the Women's Commission, on which she also served. Rita, welcome, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Susan, and thank you, Sheila, for this very important time. And Susan, I know that we are crushed for time in this, and let me know. I would like to read off some of the agencies, et cetera, with their telephone numbers that can be of use in this time of fear. But first, I wanted to give a definition of domestic abuse. Do you have any objections to that?
Not at all, absolutely not. I welcome whatever you want to say.
Okay. Domestic abuse, I'm going to use the definition that was done in a workshop in the town of Brookline, a workshop on domestic abuse by the Journey to Safety expert, Julie Udovin. I thought it was fabulous. She presented abuse as a pattern of controlling behaviors carried out by one person in an intimate relationship in order to maintain power and control over the other person by using tactics rooted in creating fear and or hurt in the other person. And in this whole atmosphere of fear with the COVID-19 virus, Susan was very generous in bringing to the attention of the Domestic Violence Roundtable that we need to put out information to people of places they can call to get information or to help themselves, as it were, from the situation they're in.
Rita, and, may I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
You mind? I'm just jumping in. When you talk about power and control, it's not just physical abuse that you're talking about. Am I correct? Absolutely.
All kinds of fear, physical harm, but other kinds of retaliation too. Concerns about being alone or isolation from support networks. Talk about how opportune that is in this time. Love, loyalty wants the abuse to end, but not the relationship. There's also shame, sense of failure, family, cultural pressures to stay together, issues related to substance abuse, issues related to money and economic security, issues related to children, disability issues, and then there are even immigration issues as well. It takes it all in, but it's so opportune. This is the time, it's a height of fear in people where because of the social isolation and distancing. And
when you say social isolation, do you mean because people are in situations and they can't reach out for help or to the resources? Could you clarify a little bit?
Yes, well, say that you have just one phone for the household and you're in cramped conditions because you're with the whole family, there are children about, or the perpetrator may be about, so that you cannot make a call to safety. The safety number for immediate danger, and we need to emphasize this, is 911. Again, for immediate danger, 911.
And where is that? Is that the police?
Yeah, that's the police number. And then there's also the other police number, which is, daily, and it's 617-730-2222.
So,
There's also an advocate that people can reach, but that's not an emergency number, and the police can give her that contact.
Rita, is the 730-2222 number, is that not an emergency number, or is that
No,
just
that's
a
not the
regular
emergency.
police?
That's their regular number. 911 is the emergency number. And we're going to give another number later on that's also can be used as an emergency. But first, I just want to get that out, that the police are the ones to be called. They're the original contacts. And then, you have anything else you want to say about that? Because I wanted to give also the information. The Brookline Housing Authority is open for business in the sense that people can call 617-277-2022, and there are managers that can respond. There are managers that respond to people in any of the buildings or developments around. So they're not living alone. There is help for people in the Brookline housing family as well. So they should call 617-277-2022, and they'll get a response from anyone, okay?
Regarding domestic violence, they can call also, right?
Yes, yes. And speak to the managers who will know how to, they have their own emergency plan, so they will know how to direct the call and the information.
And
So,
everything's confidential, right, Rita? Everything would be
I'm
confidential.
sorry, I didn't hear that. I heard a click. I didn't hear what you said, Susan.
Everything would be confidential if they call the housing authority,
In
correct?
all of these numbers, every number that we give them are confidential.
Good.
Every one of them. Okay, I wanted to go to the state to let them know the state number, which is an important because they have expanded the services that are helpful, and they have the state Safe Link group has triaged with the different police departments throughout Massachusetts, and the governor has opened it up. May I read what they are doing?
Absolutely.
And what? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. I'll give you the numbers after I tell you what this is. It's a toll-free and confidential domestic violence hotline, and it's called SafeLink. And it's 24/7. And previously, SafeLink served as a hotline for specifically connecting domestic violence survivors to services. But they've expanded the services to allow SafeLink to triage calls to local area rape crisis center. Again, to triage calls to local area rape crisis centers and create a centralized number for any survivor of domestic violence or sexual assault to call and receive services during the COVID-19 public health emergency. This hotline is designed for crisis intervention support for those who need assistance in safety planning measures for both themselves and their families. This resource is now available through the 211 line as an additional method for victims to access both the help and the resources. Again, 211 brings you in connection with the SafeLink Commonwealth, and they then will put you in touch with the police, etc. They're all organizing it. And I'll give you their main toll-free number as well. SafeLink, 877-785-2020. Again, 877-785-2020. So that's a toll-free number for SafeLink. And there's a hearing impaired number, and shall I give that, Susan?
Sure, yes.
And advocates on these lines are available in English and Spanish, and they can provide translation in more than 130 languages. So if you know of people that speak other languages and feel that they're in danger and need to plan something, have them call the number. This is the SafeLink hearing impaired number, 877-521-2601. And again, it's toll free. And that number again for hearing impaired, the SafeLink number is 877-521-2601. And, you know, it's called a TTY number. And advocates are available in English and Spanish. But again, let me just reiterate, and I know you will as well, if you're experiencing violence within your home or concerned about a loved one that maybe experienced violence, just call the SafeLink hotline for support and resources. Okay, that's the hotline we gave you. But if you're in immediate danger, call 911 for the immediate danger.
You're right. Call 911 if you're in immediate danger. It doesn't
That's correct.
Doesn't have to be physical. Whatever the danger is, 911.
Exactly. Okay, Susan, may I repeat the Brookline Housing Authority number because we're going to move on?
Yes.
Okay. Again, Brookline Housing Authority for people to call that are involved in the housing community and are part of our family in Brookline, our family of people who we're all caught up in this together. So you call 617-277-2022. And the managers are still involved with each of their buildings, so you're not alone in anything, and they can get you some help.
So that number again, 617-277-2022 for the housing authority, right, Rita?
That's right, and they have their, right, and then we went on to the statewide SafeLink that seems to include a lot of resources. And then for planning, if someone suspects that they may be in danger and they want to plan a way of getting themselves and their family members, whoever it is, out of danger, the 211 number is a good number. And we gave that number for them to get involved with the SafeLink folks who help plan how you can leave. Sometimes it's difficult if you're afraid. Okay?
And also, it's, again, confidential. Don't be afraid to use these resources. The current state of affairs with the pandemic and COVID, on top of being involved in a domestic violence situation, makes it all the more important that if you remember any one of these numbers, don't think you have to remember all of them, call it. If you're in fear, if you're in danger, if you think you're in danger, pick up the phone, and if you don't have a phone, ask one of the managers in housing or ask a trusted friend. Rita, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, and now, you know, there are different setups in town. The town has been very good about setting up some ways of helping the folks in the community, and that includes folks in housing as well. During the time when they're not working and the funds are low. It's kind of like a pressure valve. You let some of the pressure out so that you're not in immediate danger. But let me give you these numbers because I'm proud of the town for doing these, setting up these organizations. The first one is the Emergency Operation Center. EOC is their initials, but I never remember what they are until I have to spell out the whole thing. And there are two numbers for that. The first number is a non-medical number. I mean, they're not going to give you medical advice or doctors' names or any of that at the emergency operation. It's a center, an information center for all of the town agencies and also for food bank information. Where are the food banks located? what are their hours, and what is their procedure for getting in to get the food that you may need at the food bank. And again, let's put embarrassment to the side. This is a big deal. We've got to get hold of this fear that we have that we're in it alone and we're scared because we don't have. There are places that the town has set up to get help and to get food and to get safe. The other number for this emergency operations center is COVID-19 number. Especially, they'll talk about the COVID-19 planning that they have and resources that you may need at that time that you call. Let's give you that number is 617-879-5636. Again, 617-879-5636. I'm going to move on now to the Brookline Mental Health Center. Everyone's kind of nervous in that, so everybody's trying to cope with this. And their main number is because they have set up a program through the Brookline Community Foundation to have available funding for people in their safety net program. So when you call this number, the main number, 617-277-8107. I'm going to repeat it, 617-277-8107. The Mental Health Center will connect you to a safety net program intake person. You call that number and then you say you're interested in the safety net program. And most of us are working from home, so they at that number will put you in touch with someone who is working on a particular money program to give you. And this is not tied to income at all. This is if you have a mortgage that you have to pay and you're not getting paid for a while since you're not working, call them up. It's not tied to income. And if you need money for groceries, or if you need money for medical bills, or if some other thing that you need money for, or if you are someone, and if you're a Metco family person, you're welcome to ask as well. And people that work in the town, this money is available to them. And also people who work, you don't have to, people who live here automatically, yes, but people who work here, even if you don't live here, if you work here, if you have a business here, I mean, the money is there it's an emergency sense of money. It's not a loan, it's not a bank loan, it's money that they will give you after they do the intake from the safety net program. It's money that the town has raised to help. Another,
Rita, it's
yeah.
important for you to emphasize, again, it was a very important point. Don't be ashamed. Do not be ashamed. This time, all need help. I had to call the tax department today to see what was available as far as deferral or payment plans on taxes for one of my clients. I did not know that the governor had extended mortgage and tax payments through, I think it's June 1st, and the governor may extend again. So I have never had to do, my client was embarrassed. I was a little bit embarrassed, but don't be embarrassed. This is the time, if you need help, go for it with a vengeance, just like the virus is coming at us.
Yes, it is. And I'd put a $sign by the safety net program and to be reached through that main number at the Mental Health Center, which is the resource center for using the numbers. I guess they had to find a number that could be used to then go out to people who could help out people on all different things. And it's financing. I can't read off all the things you may need money for, but rent or mortgage is a big thing. And then medical money, that's big too.
Health and
groceries
and
as
food.
Well. That's right. Okay. I have one more number, or two more. Anyway, The next is a flyer that was going around town, and it's a statewide thing. It's called Internet Essentials, ESSENTIALS.com, and it's for low-income households, and it's phones, cell phones, and internet in case they don't have it, and they have a program set up, and it's set up through Comcast, so it seems to be legitimate. I'm going to give you the number that you can call to ask them for more information so that you have some kind of a way of connecting. I should give it to myself. But anyhow, this is one number, 1-855-846-8376. Again, 1-855-846-8376, and it's called Internet Essentials. And it's worth the call. You may have a wait because I'm sure many people, but that's for low-income households for phones and internet at a very low price. And I don't know if they still are waiving that now because of the virus or what. And then I don't want to forget Julie Udovin and the Journey to Safety group. It's very important. It's the Jewish Family and Children's Service Response to Domestic Abuse. I want to give you the main number and then the attorney's number for them. Journey to Safety, and then JFC for Jewish Family and Children, Domestic Abuse, 781-647-5327. Again, 781-647-5327. They have services in English and Russian, specialized services for Jewish survivors. And the other number which you gave me today, thank you very much, Susan, and that was for the steps.
Second step? Second step.
Yeah, second step. And I hope, do you have that handy? Because I'm looking at my paper, one of 8 that I have lying around here. You have it?
Yes, the second step number is 617-965-3999. Let me repeat, 617-965-3999. And also,
the national hotline.
One sec, Rita. I just want to finish with second step, if that's okay. They have a team of legal advisors who can advise, who can consult, who can advocate on your behalf. So that's a good place to call. Jewish Family and Children's Services also works with a team of lawyers, pro bono or low bono, as they said, and they can help advocate. Because courts are basically closed, but in an emergency, if you have a problem with a restraining order, if you want a restraining order, it's very difficult to get through the courts, but it can be done. They're doing it telephonically right now. So you would need, I would think, an advocate to help you navigate that. So second step, Jewish Family, and I'm also a domestic violence attorney, would be happy to consult.
Do you want to give your
Rita?
number? Okay.
No.
All right. The other number, or again, some of these numbers, or I guess all of them, we discussed at our most recent domestic violence roundtable that we present every month, and this was called. Thank you, Susan, and everyone for calling us. So this Caitlin. You should build a shrine to her. And Sheila, too. This is the national hotline. If you don't have enough numbers, we're on the national now. 1-800-646-8376. 799-7233. This is the national hotline. 1-800-799-7233. And once we are released from our solitary confinement, we will have posters up, and we'll have numbers on the poster, not different from the ones we're giving. They'll have the national hotline number, and maybe we can get some of the other ones. But please take advantage of the opportunities that the town is giving you. They are giving you a number to call so you can get management information, and they're giving, the police are there for your safety, and they're masters at helping. First responders are terrific. 911. Don't be afraid to ask the questions, because there are some people that have the answers, believe it or not, and things that can move forward and help you with. So that's good. And we're here, and Susan has this terrific program, the Safety Net, and we'll keep feeding information as we get it if there are any new things. And there are, as I said, if you call 211, you get the safety planning measures. And Susan,
Rita, can I
just keep emphasizing that people shouldn't just be afraid. They can get help.
Rita, what if they are afraid, and this is it's not a curveball, what if they're afraid to call these numbers? Is there any other way that they could ask for help, like a grocery store clerk, any other ways of asking for help if they're in a tough situation?
Yes, I think our group is planning to get information to grocery store clerks. We just have to find a way that's going to last and be efficient, where they can write a note themselves to say something, help me, trouble, and put their telephone number on it and give it to a clerk at a grocery store. And by the time we're finished with this this announcement of these numbers, we should have found a way to get the information to the clerks. They can do that, or they can contact one of their friends. They're not allowed to congregate, but you can certainly pick up a phone and call somebody. If you don't have a phone and you don't have anything else, you go to a pharmacist and you can give them a note saying, I'm in danger, and your phone number, and they will get it to the police. So we're working on that now, so that's temporary.
Rita, what about clergy? Do you have any advice about contacting clergy? I know you've been working with them for a number of years.
Yes, I think several of us are trying to get to contact them and get them to be willing to. I think once they have these numbers of different things, that they could give these to their parishioners through the newsletters. They're keeping in contact with their parishioners, whether it's a temple or a church, and they can get that information around. And there is a clergy association, and I think Julie from Journey to Safety is going to be meeting with them. But again, we're not meeting with them until we got permission to congregate. So, but we'll try and get information through their internet numbers, phone numbers, and other things to take this or to watch. Do you know, are you going to tell people that your program is going to be on Facebook and the dates and that it'll be shown? Maybe we can do that to ask the clergy to contact and give them a number to contact.
We're running out of time, and I can't thank you enough for assembling all this information. This will go out through Big, through Facebook, and through YouTube, and we will be doing regular sort of emergency shows in the next couple of weeks with other kinds of information. Rita and I have been discussing possible topics. If any of you have any suggestions, please let Big know, or me know, or Rita know. And if nothing else, remember two numbers: 911 police, 211 the safe links. Planning.
Yes,
planning.
And the town numbers too. The town numbers to get the money that can help them get through some of the crises they're going to fall, which may help them in some of the pressures that are coming with people's constantly being crammed together someplace and the time running out of patience. Be patient, be safe, and you're not alone. We're in a big, healthy community, and there's help out there. So just contact anyone. Let us know. Let your minister know. Tell him to contact us. Whatever you can do to keep yourself and your family safe, all of you. Okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Okay, and Susan, don't forget to say this was a group effort.
Yes, this was a result of the Domestic Violence Roundtables meeting this morning. In particular, Rita's leadership. Sheila from the housing has been instrumental in contributing, and of course, the members of the roundtable. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Susan. Bye.